You ready to get it again? Cause I'm ready. Hey, yeah. Come on, you said, here we go. Let me be the one to make all I really want is to take and play that little game you play, but you don't mind and let me see. Let me be the one to make you win. What am I doing? Thinking about you every day. Got me feeling kind of freaky. Girl, why you wanna leave me that way? Boy, I don't wanna leave you, so I'll stay for a little while. Then we play by my rules, cause being loose just ain't my style. No, no, no. Girl, I want you to stay so we can play this little game we play. You go high and I will see. Let me be the one to make you big. Boy, I really wanted to take and play that little game you play. But you go high and let me see. Let me be the one to make you big. So you wanna run things? Well, that's cool with me. You better know what you're doing. Girl, I'm good to believe. Come on, talk is cheap. Yeah. Let's get right to it. Let the fun and games begin. Boy, I'm ready to do it. Girl, I want you to stay so we can play this little game we play. You go high and I will see. Let me be the one to make you weak. Boy, I really want to stay and play that little game you play. But you don't mind and let me see. Let me be the one to make you weak. It's your move, baby. It's your move. So show me what you got. Show me what you got. Cause when it's my turn, it's my turn. The game is gonna get high. What you singing? When it sounds real good, real good. But are you ready for a real one? To test your memory. This little game that we play. Just a little game that we play. What you got right? This little game that we play. Just a little game. Just one again. We can slide cages. Complicated. You're gonna win this. Baby, you're shining beyond you got guaranteed to make a new play. I'm gonna play this game, but don't be no fool. Just say you gotta play by my rules. And yeah, it's obvious that I'm on my laptop, isn't it? Hello, hello, good afternoon, you guys. I am here. It's your girl.
It's your girl, Tarot Queen Jamila, and I'm doing a sweet, ooey gooey, juicy love reading for the twin flame lovers. Okay, so if you feel uncomfortable talking about sex, I might say something sexual during this reading. This is for the weekend. This is for love. This is a love reading. Okay. No, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hold on a minute. And I'm going to get started with the reading in just a minute. There should be a timestamp in the thing somewhere for you to just skip straight forward to the reading, okay? But right now, I'm just giving you guys time to get in here, and I'm just going to play a little bit of music because y'all know my channel is really unique. The fact that I love music and just it's, you know, and I love it. I love doing it like this. So I hope y'all enjoy the reading for real. Hit the subscribe button and thumbs up. Thank you. We'll give y'all some more time to get in here. Twin flame honey love butter biscuit. Oh my goodness, this one is gonna be a doozy. This one gonna be sweet. Watch. I have been in a loving mood all day, you guys. I have just been in such a good mood all day. Oh my God. Like, what is up? This is ridiculous. Tell me what happened. Oh, we're living a lie. Is that magic gone? Oh, do you feel the same way you used to, girl? Tell me, is it wrong for us to live like this? How deep is your love? How deep is your love? How deep is you run your fingers through my hair. You tell me you love me. You act like everything between us is alright, girl. But you know that it's not true. You love me, or do you wanna leave me, baby? Tell me, girl, I can take it. Something is not right now, no. Tell me how deep is your love. Oh, yes, I do, my baby. Do it, my baby. boy keep sweating. Okay. I have been in a mood. All right. Yeah. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get started with the reading, okay? I think I've given y'all plenty of time. What's up, Fatima? How you doing, sweetheart? All right, we're gonna do a all-in-one. So you guys know I'm gonna lay out the cards for each of the zodiac signs. So let me pull this over here so I can be able to see what I'm doing. So I'll get to the chat in a minute. My name is Jamila. I am a high priestess and I am a psychic empath. Okay, I am also a medium. And so I communicate with the dead. Okay, I communicate with the dead, and then I can also communicate with other spirits as well. Okay, because they're not dead. So that's the whole thing. They're not really dead anyway. But so yeah, I love doing readings with the cards. I do all of my readings with the cards, but a lot of guys, a lot of what I know comes from within. Okay, as an empath, in particular, when I'm doing your readings, especially when I'm on the phone with you, I can almost smell you. I can almost smell you. So just make sure you take a bath before your reading. No, I'm joking. All right, so this is going to be my twin flame honey love butter biscuit psychic reading for the weekend, for Friday the 13th, July 13th through the 15th. We're going to see how the twin flames are doing for each zodiac sign, okay? If you guys are in a twin flame relationship, or if you have, you know, whatever kind of issues with somebody from a karmic past, or you can contact me for assistance with that, because I am an expert at that. And then also, I like to try to bring twin flames together, because that's ultimately what you want, is togetherness, okay? So you can contact me if you have any questions about that. All right, I'm going to call to the spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors. What messages do you have for the weekend, July 13th, 2018 through July 15th, 2018, for the twin flames? What are the energies that you're seeing for the Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces? What messages, what are you seeing happening? What messages do you have? What are the energies? Are they in love? Are they not in love? Are they hurting? Are they attacking each other? What's going on? All right, let's see, y'all. So these readings are like, today I wanted to do something fun for the twin flame lovers, but sometimes twin flames can really be going through something serious. So you guys know that I'm always here in case you need any assistance, okay? I see we may have to do some clarifying on some of these cards. Okay, hold on. Let me move this over a little bit. I just want them to be centered. Okay, and there's the rest of them. Okay, so looking at the Aries, you guys got the Knight of Wands. So I feel like there's a lot of passion. A lot of passion is what I can pick up on. Humping each other like rabbits over the weekend. This is a very, very, very highly sexual time right now. Okay, for the Cancers, for the Leos, especially right now, like the whole weekend, I think we'll be in Leo. We'll be in Leo for the new moon, and I think we're still kind of in Cancer. We're going into Leo. So this is a highly sensual, sexual, emotional time for a lot of people. That is the energy that is sort of in the air right now. Love is in the air. And if somebody else tells you anything different, or if somebody's acting a little off, it is because they are possibly going through something in their love life. They may be unfulfilled. They may, they may not be feeling loved. They may not love themselves at that moment. Because even if you're single, you still have to learn to love yourself. Nobody else is going to love you if you don't love yourself. So Aries, I feel like over the weekend, I feel like you and your twin flame are going to be all over each other, very kind of stuck together, kind of magnets. Magnets is what I can see, that they are possibly a fire sign, or they could be earth or any other sign, but I can see that they're going to be all over you, all over you. Okay. Over the weekend. In whatever context that is, I can just see them feeling very passionate. And also the sexual energy is really, really high between the two of you. I sense some high sexual energy. Okay. All right. Moving on to the Tauruses. Okay. So Taurus, you got the oneness card or the world card. So I feel as though you and your twin flame, whoever that is, I'm sensing that they are possibly air or fire, one or the other. They're either air or fire. And I feel that you're all over them. Okay. You see how this couple is like merging together. Okay. You know what I'm talking about with the merging. I can sense a merging is going to happen over the weekend for a lot of you Tauruses in your twin flame relationship. So I kind of see you going into a bubble. I kind of see you going into a bubble. Okay. And I feel like everybody else is going to be trying to call you. Everybody else is going to be trying to get in touch with you. But I feel like you and your twin are going to kind of just like ignore the phone calls, not answer the door. People, you just want to kind of be together. You just kind of want to be all over each other, or either just kind of in the bed or something. That's typically what I can see you doing. Now, if you are somebody that is, just to let you guys know, it doesn't matter where your twin flame is, because I get the sense that some of you Tauruses with the world card coming up, yeah, some of you do have distance between you and your twin flame. It doesn't matter where they're at that time. This is still the cosmic energy between the two of you. Okay, this is still the energy between the two of you. Even when you don't talk, you and your twin flame are still supporting each other. Okay, Jacob is in there going. He is crazy. That little boy is too freaking funny. Oh my God, just the good grief. Okay. Anyway, that's what I can sense, that merging. Okay, even if you're apart, even if you're not in the same place, I feel like you're just going to feel that connection with them, whoever they are, wherever they are. Okay. All right, moving on to the Geminis. You guys got the 6 of Cups. So a lot of you Geminis, you guys are going to reunite with your twin flame this weekend. Okay. And basically what that means, you're going to reunite with them. I feel it's a very happy energy with the Six of Cups coming up. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like there's possibly been some kind of turbulence, but I feel like over the weekend, you're going to be feeling good. So it's either you're going to feel really good about them or either self, because keep in mind, guys, your twin flame is yourself. Your twin flame is the other half of yourself. So I feel like over the weekend, a lot of Geminis are going to be reconnecting with what made them connect with the twin flame in the first place. So I can sense a reconnection is happening for the gems, okay? Cancers, you guys got the Acolyte of Pentacles, which means that I can sense that over the weekend, your twin flame possibly could be an earth sign, which would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And I feel as though they are being very supportive, grounding, supportive and grounding. So the energy between the two of you is grounded. It's steady. It's level. Okay. That's what and then also you can tell that it's possibly a twin flame that's going to be possibly showering you with gifts, possible gifts. So the Acolyte of Pentacles showing up for the Cancers, I feel as though it does represent some kind of money or prosperity over the weekend. But then also, if it's not money or prosperity, it's grounding and attentiveness. This is when somebody is being very attentive and they may be trying to have your back or be loyal to you in some kind of way. So that's what the Acolyte of Pentacles is representing. And so since that energy can be a little confusing, I am going to go ahead and throw a clarifier at this just to clarify what something, just give me some clarification on the energies with this Acolyte of Pentacles. So I can definitely sense something. Yeah. The Seven of Swords comes up. So with a lot of you Cancers, you are dealing with possible trust issues. There's definitely a trust issue, but then again, there's also over the weekend, I can sense something is something that your twin flame is not being honest with you about, something that they need to come clean about. Some that they just need to be honest about. Okay. So I feel like the Seven of Swords represents it's Cancer. If you're sensing that there's something that they're not telling you, there probably is. Okay. So let me do some clarifiers on this. Okay. The Mother of Wands comes up. So this is what I can tell you. I can sense that there was some expectations within a relationship, and there's some obstacles that I feel that Cancers are having with their twin flame, and it possibly could be coming from this fire sign person, which could be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. Something that had to do with either trust or something in the relationship being exposed. Okay, final outcome for the Cancers, outcome advice for the Cancers. Okay, so you never know till you look a little bit deep. Feel as though this is what I can tell you. I feel like this is a learning point in the relationship. So I definitely do feel as though you possibly are dealing with an earth sign individual. And I feel as though while there's some things going on, I feel like it's a building, because trust is, sometimes you have to work on trust. So I feel as though that's one of the things that is being worked on right now with Cancers and their twin flames in particular, is with the trust. And you know how, because that's actually for me as a Cancer been a struggle with trust. For some reason, the men that I've dealt with, they just never trusted me. It was so bizarre. But trust is something that you can build. So I can see that that is possibly what the relationship or either somebody is trying to do. It's either with a fire sign or either an earth sign. And the Eight of Pentacles is representing learning lessons, lessons being learned. Okay, so I feel like there's something there, but I feel like it is a positive thing that's happening because the Eight of Pentacles does represent some kind of success, something that manifests. The Eight of Pentacles is when something good, something physical, something good or tangible manifests out of something. Okay, so I feel like this is a positive thing, but you can still see the struggle. Okay, Leos, you guys got the Judgment card. You guys got the Judgment card. So you and your twin flame are definitely possibly experiencing something that's coming in from the previous life. And then also there's a decision I feel that's being made. There's some kind of judgment call that's being made over the weekend. Both, I feel like the both of you, Leo, are like examining the relationship in like a serious manner. I feel like you're sort of, you're making some kind of decision on the relationship over the weekend, some kind of judgment call. What is that? What does that have to do with spirits? So everybody ain't very honey, love, butter, biscuit. Everybody don't have their honey, love, butter, biscuit, okay? Leo, the Five of Cups comes up. So the Five of Cups is going to represent a possible, somebody either cheated in the past or maybe there's some kind of regret. There's something that happened in the past. Somebody probably wasn't being taken care of emotionally. So I feel like over the weekend, Leo, you're probably going to have to support yourself emotionally and stop telling yourself negative things. The Page of Wands is what this is. You can see that there is passion that's going to arise out of some kind of negative emotion. I can see a lot of passion and definitely a lot of thinking about the relationship. A lot of thinking about the relationship, definitely. What is it that, what else do you see? Yeah, sometimes I got to lay down these clarifiers because, okay, so the Three of Pentacles comes up. So again, I feel like probably just general overall is to think positive. The Five of Cups kind of represents when you're crying over spilled milk. So don't do that. Definitely don't cry over spilled milk. Don't get to argue. I feel like it's some kind of argument. I feel like the relationship might be living some kind of bad experience from the past. Okay. So it's the air. Have you met your twin flame? Do you have a relationship with your twin flame? You may need to, if the reading doesn't resonate for you guys, just look at your rising sign. Okay. So anyway, a lot of you Leos are possibly reliving something from the past. Okay. Well, you can still go through this stuff and you can still go through bad times and love somebody. Okay. So you may not be going through this, but other Leos may need the advice. No, twin flames don't always mirror each other. No, they don't. But they do let each other know what their faults are. Okay. So no, that's not what they usually do. Anyway, let me finish the reading, okay, for all of the other Leos because they may need this advice, okay? Anyway, seriously. There's something coming up from the past, something that a lot of you Leos have been dealing with from the past, and you can see that there is a positive message. So perhaps there's something that the relationship is going to come out of. There's a judgment call that is being made over the weekend for a lot of the Leo twin flames. Okay. And when I'm looking at it, it has something to do with possible cheating in the past. But of course, if somebody cheats, are you going to never forgive them for it? Now, I will tell you that some of you Leos could be dealing with the dynamic of double standard, to where you may have a male twin flame and you may have cheated and they don't want to forgive you. Okay, so that goes back to that whole thing with men expecting to be forgiven for cheating, but when a woman does it, it's a problem. Okay, especially, so I can definitely sense that vibration for a lot of you Leos with your twin flame. So I do feel as though it's coming from your twin flame and not you. Okay. So there is some negative emotion that I can see that may come up. And so what I will tell you is that I feel like if you're feeling that way, just communicate how you feel to them. Okay. And maybe they will know what to say, because if a problem comes up in a relationship, you're looking for reassurance in the relationship, Leo. And I feel like you're going to get that. I feel like you're going to talk about your feelings, okay, or how you're feeling. And then that person is going to reassure you. Okay, so some of you Leos may be dealing with a water sign. Some of you may be dealing with, in particular, a Scorpio or a Cancer. And then some of you may be dealing with an earth sign or either another fire sign, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for the weekend. But it's definitely with that major arcana, the judgment card coming up, being a major arcana, shows that there is there's a milestone. The judgment card represents a milestone that you're going to reach in the relationship. And I feel like it's going to be a positive one, especially with the Three of Pentacles. This is when also another thing, I get the sense that a lot of you Leos are going to be you're going to be able to integrate. You're going to be able to integrate something within the relationship, and you're going to be able to turn a negative into a positive. So this could also be an ex. This could also be somebody from the past, because your exes will try to come up and disrupt and interrupt things. They will. They do it all the time. Okay. So, all right. Any questions for the Leos? Going once, going twice. All right. Last but not least, the Virgos. You guys got the stars. So there's a deep level of understanding that is going to be experienced in the relationship with a Virgo. Okay. There's going to be a deeper level of understanding that is going to happen over the weekend. So especially if you're a Leo in a go pee, baby, go pee. Especially if you're a Leo in a relationship with a Virgo. So you just said you're in a relationship with a Virgo. What I can sense is that Leo could be a little emotional, and I feel like Virgo is going to have a deep healing experience over the weekend, which is amazing for a lot of you Virgos, okay? I feel like the relationship is going to experience healing, as well as some kind of light bulb moment or either inspirational healing energy. You know, I feel like this is a very good sign for a lot of the Virgos, okay? For as far as, especially with your twin flame relationship. Definitely can sense some positive visionaries coming from the Virgos with their twin flames. What else do you see, spirits? Okay. Okay. Now, this mother of acolytes comes up, which is the mother of swords. So it's got something to do with your mind. I feel like a lot of you Virgos are going to be in your head this weekend. Your twin flame could either be an earth sign or an air sign. So I feel like it represents your thought processes and something going on with like your perception. There's going to be some kind of clarity that a lot of you Virgos are going to have. What is that going to be? Okay. So the Four of Swords comes up. So I feel like it represents a separation period that was done for clarity. A separation period that was done for clarity with a lot of you Virgos. It has something to do with that. And I feel like it's got something to do with healing and maybe either some other possible mental, spiritual issues that could possibly, you know, be something that either the Virgo or either, especially Virgo, if you have an air sign, there was really a lot of just negative energy I can sense with whoever that air sign was or is. So I feel like a lot of healing is happening over the weekend. Final card, because I want this to make sense to me before I move on. Okay. So the Seven of Swords comes up in the reverse position. So the relationship in itself is healing from deep-seated trust issues. Deep-seated trust issues. I mean, to the point where to the 10th power. That is, I feel like that is what your relationship is healing from. For some of you Virgos, it may have something to do with an air sign in the past. Okay, because guys, I'm not even joking with you. I'm a Virgo moon, and this resonates with me because I had an ex that was a Gemini, and this person caused trust issues in every single one of my relationships that succeeded him. So I've seen them do it. That may be what you're dealing with. Maybe a lot of you guys are healing your twin flame relationship having to do with something like that. For some reason, it just, whatever it is, it's a lot of, my God, all these swords cards. I mean, you can tell that a lot of you Virgos, your twin flame relationship was just, that was one of the main aspects that the relationship was trying to deal with, was insecurity, definite insecurity, definite fears of rejection, fears and distrust, to the point of paranoia. Paranoia. Okay. So, because the Four of Swords, that's the PTSD card. Like, this card combination says to me PTSD. Just a lot of fear and angst and uncertainty and distrust. Okay. Yeah. You said that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that sucks. Okay, guys, I'm going to go to a music break. And I will be back, okay, guys? I will be back. I've got to go to the restroom. I've been drinking a bunch of water, so I need to go use it. It's the little girl's room. All right. See y'all in a little bit.
Now you should let me know what the deal. You reaching out your side, wanna let me slide. What you need to do right now is keep it real. I know you want me, girl, just like I want you. So stop running like you don't when you do. So if you're feeling down, and if you're really about it, and if you give me round, my love will make you shout it. Feeling like loving me, feeling like kissing me. Feeling like loving me, feeling like feeling like kissing me, if you're feeling like loving me. Let me come satisfy your heart or two. Don't be shy, I'm not judging you for your love. Talk about the things you do. Let's be about the things you do. So if you feel about it, if you really about it, but you can't be about it, my love will make you shout it, shout it. Feeling like you want me. Oh, anybody out there wanna touch your jacket tonight? Oh, anybody out there wanna touch your jacket tonight? It's a silky, silky, silky thing. Silky, 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 silky See, I got something for you. Meet me in my bedroom, so we can have the night away. I'm trying to be for real. Wanna show you how I feel inside. Cause I know that you're feeling like so bring your sexy little body over here. Let me do the things I do. And I'm gonna love you down just like a player would.
No, not yet, Louise. I'm about to do Scorpio now. Well, after Libra. Hi. Yes. They will always be my all-time favorite R&B group, okay? Well, one of my favorite. All right, guys, I am back. It's your girl, Tarot Queen Jamila. We are going to do the last half of the zodiac signs. Gosh, I need to go through. I'm going to try to go through and do the timestamps for this. I'm going to try to post them in the comments later. All right, so Libras, over the weekend, what you're dealing with in your twin flame relationship, the obstacle that I can see that you have is materialism. Materialism and narcissism affecting the relationship negatively. Having I don't want to say a negative sense of self, but having a false sense of self. So that is actually something that Libra, as well as their twin flame, possibly could be experiencing, or either one of the other. So I feel like over the weekend, the Four of Pentacles is not the most positive card that you can get. It can represent somebody being really selfish. It can represent the relationship being unhealthy or toxic. Let's clarify it, though. Let's do some clarifiers. Okay. Spirit guides, give me some clarity on the Four of Pentacles and the weekend for the Libras. Okay. Okay, so the Mother of Pentacles comes up, which, and then the Nine of Swords. Whoever you're with, I feel like it's either an earth sign person that's not feeling confident in the relationship, not feeling like the relationship is giving them enough. Possibly something's going on here, and the Nine of Swords is in the reverse position. So you got the Nine of Swords. So I feel like you got yourself a runner. This has got to be a runner. But then again, also, it could be related to just having unhealthy attachments outside of the relationship that could be having a negative impact on the relationship. But I feel like for the Libra twin flames, there's some kind of, with the Nine of Swords coming up, it's some kind of stress or angst, some kind of angst or something. Okay, normally the Nine of Swords can represent anxiety, but you know, I feel like it just represents something that just doesn't feel right, or discontentment in the relationship. And I feel as though you know, just with these two cards, especially with this earth sign being in the reverse position, I just kind of feel like, you know, it's not the best time in the relationship. Okay, over the weekend, I don't see it being a good weekend. Okay, now this is how I feel. If my twin flame or my significant other doesn't want to give me honey butter biscuits and love with honey and butter on them, then I will give them to myself. But that's just me. I'm a Cancer. Okay, I know how to self-soothe. Okay, let's just put it like that. All right. Okay, let's do a final outcome for the Libras. What advice do you want to give, or outcome? Like, what do you want to give? What advice do you want to give to the Libras going forward? Can definitely see that your twin flame is either an air sign or an earth sign. The Mother of Swords comes up. She is bringing a sense of clarity into the reading, especially with the Nine of Swords. So I feel like you are going to get some kind of clarity over the weekend, or either something. Let's see, what was the next card coming up? You may start to go, you may have a separation phase this weekend. which is normal in twin flames relationships. Twin flames will break up and then they'll come back together. And then they'll sometimes break up and then they'll come back together. But you definitely can see that there's an obstacle that's being dealt with. And I also feel as though the Mother of Swords is giving you advice to maybe possibly not be so controlling, because you can tell that there is a controlling energy there. And just, you know, it's a lot of earth and it's a lot of air. It just kind of seems kind of dry and dull. So I feel like absence will make the heart grow fonder. Just kind of take a break from the situation. You don't have to always be up in each other's face all the time. Okay, so they may say to you, they may be like, man, I need some time to myself, especially if you're dealing with an air sign. If your twin flame is another air sign, they're probably just going to go all out war with you this weekend. Okay, just to let you guys know, because they're not really, and see, disloyalty and insecurity is a problem in the relationship, is playing a major problem over the weekend. Okay, got to work on that. Stuff like that can eventually tear down the relationship, and you don't want that to happen when it's kind of like it's too late. But a lot of times it can never be too late. I feel like a lot of times people that, because I know people that have been together for years and they've had problems, they've fought, they've done all kind of stuff, but they're still together. So, you know, relationships are not just supposed to be all hunky-dory all the time. It happens sometimes, okay? Hold on a second, guys. I need to mute real quick. Give me a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, yeah, that can really, really be a difficult thing. And then I can sense that there is a negative attachment. There's an earth sign that's a possible negative attachment as well. And that's why that earth sign was in the reverse position, because they seem to be possibly causing problems or obstacles. Moving on to the Scorpios. Scorpios, you guys got temperance. Okay, the two of vessels, which is temperance. So temperance kind of represents the need for balance, as well as the need for moderation. So I feel like this is where you possibly take a cooling off period over the weekend, maybe. Also, I feel like it's possibly got something to do with moderating your twin flame. I can sense that there's a partnership. I can sense that this is a relationship to where both parties are trying to you know, balance each other out. The relationship needs balance. The relationship needs what's the word that I'm looking for? Grounding. Temperance is very grounding as well, which is why she's pouring. They always depict her as pouring one cup to the other. Then I also feel as though temperance can sometimes represent codependency. Let's see, Spirit, give me some clarity on temperance. There's something else going on I'm trying to get out. Yeah, 7 of Swords and the 8 of Wands in the reverse position. So you really need to be, you really need to understand that a lot of the negative energy, I will tell you, Scorpio, that I can sense a tremendous amount of negative people that are possibly being kept around, and this is not good. I'm on the Scorpio. Hey, Carol, I'm on Scorpio right now. I'm on Scorpio right now. I did Libra. I already did Libra. Okay. I'm on Scorpio. So I feel like Scorpio, what you guys are dealing with, it does have something to do with untrustworthy energy. And then somebody being too fired up. Somebody being too fired up. I feel like, you know, I feel like this is where you kind of slow down a little bit, because somebody was just reacting to everything. Thank you. Somebody was just reacting to every little thing. And that's not good either. Some stuff don't always need a reaction. So, yeah. And, okay, going back to what I was saying about moderation or whatever, I feel as though there's way too many energies, like way too many people that have been in your house, way too many people that I feel I can see people kind of in and out, and it's like way too much energy. So I feel like over the weekend, you need to take some time to clear out your space, is what I can see. Yeah. You need to take some time to clear out your space and to sage over the weekend. That's what I can sense for a lot of you Scorpios. Also represents patience. The Temperance card represents patience. So somebody is very impatient in the relationship. Someone feel like your twin flame, it's either the Scorpio or the other person. Feel like it represents being very impatient or sharp or quick with each other. So that's not good either. It's almost like the police. When something goes wrong, the first person that the police look at is the spouse. If somebody's dead or something, the first person of interest is the spouse. But Scorpio, the same thing is kind of happening in your relationship. Something bad happened, the first person that you blame is your lover. Why? Well, because they do have a lot of control over what happens or whatever in your life, obviously, but it ain't always them. I feel like you're kind of quick to blame your problems also on your twin flame, and you can't do that either, because it's not always their fault. In fact, it's probably not their fault at all, but you're being codependent. You're being codependent is what I can see. It was kind of hidden, but it came out finally. It finally came out what those 3 cards were saying. Temperance, 7 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands in the reverse position. Scorpio, you have a tendency to do that. Every little thing that goes wrong, it's somebody else that did it. It has nothing to do with your own choices or your own thought processes. Or it could be both of you and your twin flame have a tendency to do that. But I feel like when that happens, I usually see somebody that does that very chronically, that just has a chronic issue with doing that. And that's just not good. It's just niche. So, yeah. If you feel bad, it's your, you know, it's your lover's fault. It's always their fault. And then if somebody comes to you and tells you something about them, you're quick to believe them. You're quick to believe them. Oh, I know that you did it. And it'd be a total lie. And it'd be a total lie. And you just quick to believe it. So that's causing a problem, Scorpio. And I know I'm telling the truth. I know I'm not lying about that. Or I know the cards are not lying. Because I bet you it's going to be people contacting me saying you were so right about, you were saying, why is it always my fault? Why is everything always my fault? Instead of you making the mutual thing. You see, when a couple can get together mutually on some stuff, okay, when you're really truly synchronized with each other, you guys have not really been synchronized with each other. Ooh, that's what I need to do. Scorpio, you just inspired me, which is kind of what temperance is about. Okay, so you just inspired me to look into that for like a lot of the twin flames, or to do some kind of reading, or maybe have some kind of open discussion about that. Because I think that that is very important. It's almost like you have a perception that your partner is supposed to be the enemy at all times. Or either you sort of do the blame game. Both partners have to be mutually in on it. And also, if it's something that both partners cannot agree on, then it must go. Then it must go. Okay? If both of you can't get together on that, then it's almost like when you have children fighting over a toy, you take away the toy. Okay, if both partners can't agree, and this is not just for twin flames, this is for any love relationship, then it's got to go. Well, then if you're not doing that, then maybe somewhere, it may not be specifically that, but it's something. And then also, guys, listen, whenever I do that, and you guys say that when you guys get, not saying that you're being defensive or anything, but when you guys feel that you have to say that, please understand that all of it is not going to resonate for you. I need to start doing that disclaimer. Not everything that I say about a general reading is going to resonate with you, because these are just generals. So if it don't apply, let it fly. Don't worry about it. That's why I got my feather. That's why I got my feather right here. That's a beautiful feather, isn't it? I really do like it. Okay. So yeah, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Now, if you're sitting there mad about what I said, if what I say to you bothers you, then evidently it must be something that I'm kind of seeing that you don't want to see about yourself. It's almost like it's almost like your consciousness speaking to you. Like if somebody says something, but then it bothers you, then, you know, so I'm not, honestly, because it is so yeah. Okay. We're going to move on to the Sagittariuses. Sagittarius, over the weekend, somebody is trying to break up your relationship. I can see them. That's why that Two of Swords comes up. There's somebody over the weekend that is trying to break up your relationship. That's for the Sagittariuses. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get into your partner's head so that your lover or your partner will flip out and get angry at you. So if there's any tension or stress over the weekend that you're sensing with your twin flame, oh, Sue, what's going on? I don't know what that was. Sorry, y'all. I'm on my laptop and I don't have my mouse in here, so that's why you can see my hands, because I'm doing the mouse pad. Okay. Somebody's trying to do something over the weekend. I can see some kind of mind manipulation happening. Spirit, what is it? Give me some clarity for the Sagittariuses. Somebody's trying to definitely come between the relationship. Now, it could be a person. If it's a person, it's a spirit. If it's not a person, it's still a spirit. See there? The 9 of Swords reversed and the 7 of Pentacles reversed. So Sagittarius, apparently somebody sees what you're building and they can see it. They can see what you're building in your relationship. I feel like it's a pretty good relationship, whatever has to do with it. And so basically what it does is it throws the relationship off balance, and then folks start to feel insecure. So this is what's happening with your partner. They're either air, earth, or it could be any other sign. Okay. So I feel like what they're doing is they're trying to make that person become afraid of you or something. They're trying to drive a wedge by using fear. Well, this person's going to do this, or this person's going to do that, or this person's going to do this. And then also I get the sense that a lot of you Sagittarius is in your relationship in general. The problem is that you listen to too many outsiders is the problem. And that is what causes the issue, is when outsiders are chiming in, and you know your partner is possibly either sensitive to that energy, and it causes problems. So I can see insecurity coming up in the relationship over the weekend. Final advice for the Sagittariuses. Guys, if y'all hear Jacob, please believe he means for you that he's doing exactly what he wants to do. Because as soon as I get off live, he will be quiet as a mouse. Trust me, he means to do it. He's trying to purposely get on your nerve. Somebody causing distrust in your relationship. Not going to be a good weekend for the Sagittarius twin flames. Your lover is, now I feel like if you're cross watching, one thing that you can do is not listen to people on the outside. And that goes for Sagittarius and or their lover. Stop listening to people. They're doing it to try to make you mad. They're doing it to try to play with you. So that's all I can say. I know it specifically because it's the 2 of Swords, and a lot of times the 2 of Swords represents somebody that is not making conscious decisions, but rather based upon their subconscious. But I can also see people. I can see people. I see these people. See how they show up in the reading? See how they're all in the background? There's a bunch of people in the background. And this is almost you and your partner fighting or arguing, having some kind of tension or stress. So you possibly could reverse all of that if you don't pay no attention. But a lot of times when people fall under that kind of influence, they generally can't help themselves. Correct. This is twin flame reading. Twin flames have complicated relationships because they are bringing in energy from the past life. Twin flames generally have more of a complicated relationship than just a significant other. But your significant other can definitely be your twin flame. They can definitely be your twin flame. Okay. All right, moving on to the Capricorns. You guys got the Maiden of Cups. So I feel as though your twin flame lover is possibly a water sign or either an air sign or possibly either another earth sign. They're going to really be telling you a lot about how they feel over the weekend. So you can see that they're going to want to communicate. They're going to want to talk. It's something they're going to want to talk about, so you better be prepared for it. I'm about to clarify what it is. You can tell that this is when somebody reaches out to you to speak to you about something, and they may be trying to get clarification on it, or maybe they need to hear you say something. So I feel as though your lover may be at a sensitive point, Capricorn, over the weekend. Spirit guides, give me some clarity on the Maiden of Cups. Interesting. They want to talk to you because they want to reevaluate the relationship. And you guys possibly just recently got back together. And the reason why they want to talk to you and they want to communicate with you is because they want to make sure that what happened previously doesn't happen again. So they're going to be talking about issues and problems and even some stuff about your ex. They need to talk to you about the ex, who possibly is an air sign or either a water sign or earth sign. They want to talk to you about this situation. They are reevaluating. They're trying to figure out what it is. And I feel like a lot of you may be coming out of maybe a short or long-term separation period this weekend, to where they may contact you and restart the relationship, which is why the Ace of Swords comes up. So a lot of you Capricorns are probably going to have like new beginnings, or you're going to restart your relationship. Okay. Go look at your rising sign, Louise. What is your zodiac sign? All of the general readings are not going to resonate. All of my readings are never going to resonate for one person. They're not. They're not. That's just like some of you have relationships that are, you know, very, very good and healthy. These readings are for people that are experiencing unhealthy relationships, so they can find the peace and love that you guys have found. So to all of you out there that have been married to your husbands for 25,000 years and you're happy and you're in love, then don't, you know, then let the people that are trying to get to where you're at get that. Okay? Yeah, that happens. It doesn't always have to resonate with you. It doesn't. My son is a Cancer and his wife is a Capricorn. Okay? So a lot of you Capricorns are possibly coming out of a long-term separation or either short-term separation with your twin flame. So they may all of a sudden up and out of the blue contact you this weekend. Or maybe some of you may run into them. Maybe some of you, because some of you Capricorns out there have not met your twin flame. So maybe you may meet them. Maybe you may run into them. Okay? And they cause you to, you know, change your perspective. So you can see that too. See, different people are at different stages, guys. I've got older people. I've got younger people. I've got to read for everybody. Yeah. So let me do a final card for the Capricorn. Okay, so the Ten of Swords comes up. So you can tell that with the Ten of Swords coming up that you have completed some kind of negative cycle. You're ending a negative cycle. Okay, and you're starting over. The Ten of Swords is like a complete cycle, and then you see what I'm saying? So you're overcoming something. See, this is the whole thing about this, is that just because you see the Ten of Swords doesn't mean that you're going to break up. Twin flames never break up. Why don't they ever break up? The reason why twin flames never break up is because they are connected. They are spiritually the same person. Okay, their spirits, the spirit is connected. So some of you haven't even met your twin. This is a twin flame reading, okay? So I feel as though this is something that you need to talk about. You should be able to talk to your twin flame about anything, no matter even if it's difficult. So I can see communication opening up over the weekend, okay? And maybe discussing or talking about what bothered you and then setting up boundaries, because that is what couples do, even twin flame couples. So you're talking and you're saying, you know what? I won't do this again, or I won't do that again, or we won't do this again. So I can see conversation about that for a lot of the Capricorns, okay? Which is a very positive thing. The Ten of Swords in this case is very positive. Okay, the Four of Swords represents peace. The Four of Swords represents making peace. So maybe previously, because when you've got a twin flame, there's so much emotion that is wrapped up in your twin flame. There's a lot of emotion as well as a lot of energy. So it's not uncommon for you to get overwhelmed with that energy and that power that's between the two of you. And for you to maybe have like a knockdown, drag out fight, or maybe something to happen. It happens. It happens. You're not going to always be 100% completely total happy. You're going to have to deal with the hard stuff sometimes. Okay? So you got to take the good with the bad. You can't just expect everything's perfect and lovely and beautiful all the time. No, 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 no. No, if you are expecting that, then you do not need to get involved with your twin flame. You don't, because they're going to make you see a lot of things about either yourself and they're not going to be perfect. A lot of times, there's some people that can't even be with their twin flame. There's some people that can't be with their twin flame because, maybe they're experiencing some kind of mental illness or spiritual illness or something's going on with them. Okay, so if you've been lucky enough, and some people's twin flame dies, but I feel like their spirit will come back. I kind of feel like if you have a twin flame, they're going to find some way to you, especially if you're alive. Now, if you're both dead, if you're both in a different reality, or if you both don't have a physical earth body, then you're definitely going to be together. So it's kind of like that Romeo and Juliet thing, but don't try to, throw yourself off of the bridge. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. I mean, why would you care about everybody has problems in their relationship and you make up 5 minutes later? That's all you have to do. Okay? Seriously. So you're going to have things that you're going to need to work through. You're going to have past life transgressions. You're going to have people in this current life. So, all right, Aquarius, moving on to the Aquariuses. You guys got the Sage of Cups. So I feel like for the Aquariuses, you guys are going to have a lot of emotions. There's a lot of emotional support. I feel that it's going to come from your twin flame. Your twin flame is possibly a water sign. In particular, either a Scorpio or a Cancer. And I feel like there's definitely going to be some emotional support that is going to be embodying the relationship with the Sage of Cups coming up, okay? And guys, keep in mind, this is only the weekend. This is only the weekend. And what if you do have a bad weekend in your relationship? Are you going to throw the whole relationship away? Or are you going to jump off of a bridge just because you had a bad day? So to the people that are being sensitive because you may have gotten a negative reading, you need to possibly get a private reading is what I'll tell you. And you probably need a cleanse. And then also I feel as though you have solar plexus imbalances today because you're feeling very insecure. Okay, I should not ever be making anybody feel insecure during these readings. You should never, ever have to come and tell me that because number one, I don't know you. So I can't see who you are and I'm not judging you. Okay, this is why I always say so that's why earlier today during it may be a Freaky Friday thing, okay, and that's okay, we'll get through this, but that's why earlier today one of the oracle cards that I pulled was the solar plexus. I don't need to make anybody feel insecure about anything. I'm here to give people answers. For the people that got negative readings, the reason why I am going to read that negative reading to you for what it is because how are you ever going to have any kind of change or improvement if I don't give you the advice that you need? So you can't ignore the negativity. You can't ignore it. You have to deal with it. So you may be a Cancer or a Leo, or you may be a Libra or a Scorpio that got somewhat of a negative reading. Maybe there were a lot of Scorpios that needed that message. So stop resisting the truth. You may not need that message, but somebody does. So like I said, if you are like this, for example, if you're a Cancer or if you're a Leo and you and your twin flame, or y'all done tied each other to the bed. Okay, that's still kind of insecure, but that's okay. Tying each other to the bed will definitely make you feel secure. Y'all might be just so in love and dripping with honey love, but there may be other people that are the same zodiac sign that need help. So I'm not always talking to you. There's a lot of people that get insulted, or either it's like, well, I don't, but there may be somebody out there and see if they see it. And see, here's the whole thing about it. You don't have to be insulted by that. I think that if I were right now, if I were to go and I say, you know what, I want to go and I want to look at some readings, and if I were to be like, well, I don't like that reading or whatever, and I don't, there's people, and it's kind of like, well, if my situation is not that, then maybe this was for somebody else. But what I'm going to do if I get a negative reading is I am going to make sure that I pay extra close attention to my relationship to figure out maybe what that reader was talking about. Makes sense, doesn't it? Especially around the new moon. Because around the new moon is going to reveal secrets to you. The new moon is going to reveal things to you that may have been in the dark. So the new moon represents what has been in the dark is now going to come to the light. And we experience that every new moon. So you guys have got to get on that wavelength and listen and stop being, because what I can sense is that there's a couple of people that are being defensive. And it may have something to do with that Cancer new moon, because Cancers can be a little defensive as well. The Cancer energy can be defensive. Maybe that's why that's what I'm getting energetically now. Perhaps later will be a little bit better, because I am going to come with some more readings later on. Trust and believe, because it ain't even 5 o'clock yet. It's still early in the day. So, you know, what messages do you have for the Aquariuses with this Sage of Cups? So I had somebody that was kind of being a little defensive earlier. Okay. So you can see clearly that for a lot of the Aquariuses, it's got something to do with your job or either your business, some kind of stress that is coming up over the weekend. But I feel as though your partner is going to be very supportive to you. I feel like, especially, it looks like you have either, I feel heavily a water sign energy, but I feel like in particular for a lot of the Aquariuses, if your twin flame is a water sign, they are coming in to bring you support while there's something that seems to be bothering you, and it has something to do with either money. Oh, well, there's a lot of you Aquariuses that might be worried about money over the weekend. So it's that. And then, so I also feel as though your twin flame is going to come in and come to the rescue. Or if your twin flame is another air sign, I feel as though there's some negative energy that could be coming in either through a water or an earth sign, but I feel as though things are going to turn out and they're going to be okay, because you guys got the 9 of Cups. Okay, so I feel like what I can see mainly is possibly a lot of anger and frustration coming up. I feel like there's a lot of spiritual, emotional sex that I can see over the weekend for a lot of you. A lot of you Aquariuses are going to have healing sex with your twin flame. So it is kind of like a form of sex magic, but it kind of happens spontaneously. You can see where a lot of Aquariuses may have had a lot of stress on their job during the week, and maybe what's coming up for the weekend is that your lover is gonna just almost really be a good inspiration for you. Now, like I said, if you have an air sign partner, you can still see the tension and the stress. I feel like going into Saturday evening is probably when things are going to get a little bit better. But you can see, as far as the outcome being the 9 of Cups, I can see that there is some sexual healing that is coming up for a lot of the Aquariuses over the weekend with their twin. Okay. Guys, when you have a relationship, in particular with a twin flame, everything is not going to always be perfect all the time. You must learn to embrace the negative along with the positive as well. Okay, without the negative things happening in your relationship sometimes, then you wouldn't be able to necessarily appreciate the positive. So sometimes maybe that's why negative things will come up in the relationship, because spirits want you to see what the positive is, especially with the 9 of Cups. And there may even be some prosperity that may come in over the weekend. Because you can see clearly that there may be some stress over money. Okay. Last but not least, the Pisces. You guys got the Fool card. So I feel as though a lot of you Pisces are going to, now this is what I want to tell you. Some of you that are already with your twin flame, you are having a major breakthrough in your trust issues. There's some kind of new beginning that you're having over the weekend with your twin flame. A lot of you that are at the stage of just meeting your twin flame, you may run into them this weekend. A lot of you that may have broken up with your twin flame, a lot of you Pisces might get back together with them this weekend. Okay, I can see heavily that a lot of the Pisces are going to reunite with their twin flame. And can I tell something to y'all? Over the weekend, you guys are going to hear, you guys are sort of not in the mood to talk about love, is what I'm sensing from a lot of people out there. But over the weekend, it's all about love. It's all about new beginnings in your love life. So to a lot of the people that don't want to move forward, okay, beyond something that may have happened in the past, that's what that Fool card represents. It represents a new beginning. Okay, so everybody should be focused on love this weekend. Everybody. This is a huge deal for the weekend. Your relationship with your loved ones, your partners, your family, your friends, you should be focusing on that this weekend. Those things are equally as important as earning your dollar bills. If you have an issue to where, if I ever see you saying, oh man, I can't trust nobody, man. You know what that means? That means that you are not experiencing life as God wanted you to, because God wanted you to trust. So if you are saying that, that means that you've got a lot of bitterness in your life right now. That means that you have not been able to manifest the love that you want. And that's not a good thing for you to say that. That's not a good thing for you to say, oh man, you know, I can't find nobody to trust. Well, where do you think that's coming from? And how many relationships do you have to go through? Because to be honest with you, if you're not lucky like some people, gosh, I hate these people sometimes. They meet their twin flame as a teenager. Ain't those people so fucking lucky? They either meet their twin flame in their teens or 20s. But what if you were somebody that meets your twin flame later in life? What if that happens? And so people that meet their twin flame, they're so lucky. But literally for a lot of us, some of the lovers that we have are practice. It's like practice until we get to the real thing, because a lot of twin flames do not come back together until later in life. This is why they end up having to leave husbands, wives. Crazy stuff happens. Hey, lovely Harris. Hello. Okay, let's throw a couple of cards for the Pisces. There's going to be a lot of twin flame readings that are going to be going up. A lot of twin flame stuff. If you need help with your twin flame. Exactly. This is the twin flame honey, love, butter, biscuit. I'm trying to get y'all to the honey. I'm trying to get y'all to the good part. You know when they say that you don't experience, I'm not even going to go there. I can promise you though that like the more you mature, the better everything gets. Food tastes better. Sex tastes and feels better. So yeah, a lot of people try to act like when you're 40, honey, that's when you done had time to simmer. Okay, so yeah, anyway. All right, let's throw some cards for the Pisces. Spirits, what messages do you have for the Pisces? Okay. The Lovers and the Hanged Man. So you got three major arcanas. There, in my opinion, these three card combinations, you know what it tells me? It tells me that there is a surrender that's either going to happen over the weekend or it's about to happen. This is when your twin flame lover, some of you twin flames are going to have a surrender. And this is where the other twin flame has ran, but now they are right there with you. They know exactly what you're talking about. They're on the same page with you. And they're going, you know what? You're right. You're right. I can't do this without you. And why would I want to? So they're going to surrender. I can see some major shits happening for the Pisces and their twin flame. And I'm actually very excited about that because those are related to the water sign. So over the weekend, I'm going to do some more in-depth twin flame readings, but I'm going to break you guys up by group. So I'm going to do water, earth, air, and fire. And we're going to examine that. And what I want you guys to do. Oh, you had fallen asleep, Brittany. Okay, that's cool. I tend to have that effect on people. That's so weird. Sometimes people just fall asleep when they hear my voice. I was wide awoke too, though. Okay. Okay, that's cool. You're welcome, sweetie. Thank you for coming. So I feel like a surrender is coming on. And so what that basically is when a twin flame has been telling you, like, you're the one for me. And have you noticed this? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that we do this the same? Like everything is not going to be exactly the same, but you are going to be able to. So this is when you've confirmed. I feel like a lot of you Pisces are going to confirm with somebody. You're going to say, it's kind of like when you deal with your twin flame and you start to notice synchronicities, like your twin will be like, I wasn't feeling well last night. And you be like, I wasn't either. And, or either they'll say, you know, how are you feeling today? And it's like, I'm feeling this. And then you guys are feeling the same exact way. So I feel like this is when they say, you know what? You're right. It's, and they start to trust. They start to trust in what they are feeling. So I feel like there's a major breakthrough for a lot of the Pisces twin flames. It's a major breakthrough. Hold on, guys. My son is a Pisces too. He in there fussing. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Jacob and they're fussing about something, y'all. So anyway, that's you guys' honey, love, butter, biscuit psychic reading for the twin flames. Now, this is what I want to tell you guys. The whole thing is about the twin flames. When the twin flames, and guys, your twin flame could be, sometimes your relationship can be really important. So that's why the focus is on the twin flames, because their relationship can be very inspiring for people, for other people. Okay. For example, now I heard that Beyonce is pregnant again. If she is, congratulations. There's a rumor that Beyonce is pregnant again, which, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. That's all I got to say. I wouldn't be surprised from what the energy that I read around her and her husband. Okay. But They are inspiring people. They are very inspirational when it comes to love. And so sometimes twin flames, especially if you're in the public, sometimes you inspire others and their relationships. And so doing the twin flame readings is going to be very important. So over the weekend, I am going to start doing the twin flame readings to where we're going to read the divine energy, the divine masculine energy, and we're going to read the divine feminine energy for the twin flame, and like the just in general the harmony and the flow that is happening, you know, planetarily with that. So I am going to start focusing on that. I am going to start focusing on that. Hold on, guys. Let me see what's wrong with my little boy. All right. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to come back real quick and say have a good weekend to all of the twin flames. I'm going to play a music as I go out. Now, this is what I want to tell you guys. The reason why people hate on your relationship so much and they always got something to say is because they are what? They are jealous. Extremely hateful, evil, vindictive people, they can't really experience love. You and your twin flame are experiencing the purest kind of love that there is. And so you need to embrace that. So if you are having issues with your twin flame or just in your relationship period, you may not even consider that person to be your twin flame, but they possibly are, then you can contact me, okay? Because spirit guides are very, very good at fixing that, and they don't want you to fix that. That's why weird stuff starts to happen. That's why when you start talking about love, they'll start talking about weird stuff like sex with children instead of talking about sex with adults. They'll start bringing up weirdo stuff like that. Yeah. So your focus should be on your twin flame, which is going to be an adult, okay? And you're going to have an adult, mature relationship. And the main thing that a lot of twin flames have to get through is healing from their childhood, dealing with the past life stuff, as well as dealing with the current life stuff. So I am always here as a support system to help you with your twin flame. Even if you're not with your twin flame, obviously they're going to have an effect on you. Your twin flame is a reflection of self. Yes, they are, but they're a separate person going through things. You can still work on your twin flame relationship because they're almost like, they're not almost like, they are a part of you spiritually. Same thing with your soulmate relationships. Same thing with your friendships. You don't want to go around leaving your friendships undone or with some kind of problem or issue. You definitely want to start cutting the cords to negative people in negative situations as well. Okay, once you meet your twin flame or either the person that you're meant to be with, you pretty much, you know, pretty much life does tend to change. So yeah, I've done Taurus. I did them like about an hour and a half ago. They were done way up here. I go in zodiac order, guys. So if you guys want to know, this is Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. I go in zodiac order. So if you ever want to know where I'm at, then that's a good way of doing it. Just looking at the zodiac order, okay? Anyway, peace to all of the twin flames. You guys need to really work on your relationship. Even though it is hard, you still need to work on your relationship. Okay? So if you guys need to contact me about that, I am always here. It's time to get, it's almost time for I got to do some readings tonight and stuff. I got to do some stuff for clients, but I wanted to come back and do this love reading. Okay. If you are somebody that has decided that you're going to stay alone for the rest of your life, then live your life then. There are many, many people that are bitter. They say it all the time. They try to tell twin flame lovers that they can't be together. I've seen bitter people trying to tell twin flame lovers that they can't be together and constantly harassing and interrupting them. If you are in that frame of mind, then you've given up on love and you need to stop giving up on love, which means that you've given up on yourself. And I'm sorry, I can't never give up on myself, so I'm not going to ever give up on love. Okay? So y'all have a good one, and I'll see you guys later, okay? Love and light to you guys. I'm going to play a music song before I go. Oh, Jacob, come on now. It's just a video game. It is just a video game, dude. Seriously. Can't wait to see your friend. Ooh, baby, just let my love adore you. Yeah, what in the heck is wrong? Jacob, come here. You need to take a nap. It's nap time, boy. Go ahead and take a nap. You've been up since 8 o'clock. Jake. Don't let that affect us. No, baby. You just let my love adore you. Just that way. Let my love adore you, baby. Don't you let nobody take me, baby. Always adore you. You gotta know, You need to take a break from that game, is what you need to do. Come in here and take a break from that game. You've been playing it all day. Good Lord. Where's my phone? Oh, baby.